Congratulations. You've been blocked. You fake whales. You fake players that inherited a bug of millions and billions of tokens. You're blacklisted. You're out of the game. We've had enough of your shit. You've been dumping on this community.
All right, we'll pause it right there. Hopefully that audio came over okay. So Floki Inu, it's a hell of a day to review this project. Floki Inu has had a tough week, but I think it's also a promising opportunity for some folks. So what ended up happening is Floki Inu apparently was originally created by a scammer, and not surprisingly, a scammer did what a scammer does. He ran off with a bunch of money. But there was a bug in their code that allowed him to inflate, I think the supply is what they had mentioned, of the Floki Inu token, which resulted in him having just massive bags and has been selling off and rugging people pretty much since that bug was there. And so Floki Inu ended up having to migrate, and this is just this week, I think it was yesterday actually, have to migrate to a whole new token. So what they're doing is they're going through and they're going to airdrop 1-to-1 Floki Inu on the old contract, Floki Inu on the new contract for all the holders. And supposedly they're blacklisting those whales that were abusing that bug, or you put that bug in place and were taking advantage of people. So that's a heck of a thing for them to have to go through. But I thought this quote was kind of apt. Okay, if you follow my channel for a while, I think my investing strategy is a tad aggressive, right? A tad aggressive. But in a street fight, there are two kinds of guys. The one who strikes, sees blood, is repelled, and recoils. And then there's one who sees blood and goes all in to finish off the other. Well, lads, I swear I smell blood in the air out there tonight. Come on. So, there's a long-held belief in investing. When there's blood in the streets, whether it's yours or not, it may present an opportune time to buy in because you're getting things at a discount. And I think with all the different news and FUD and concerns around Floki Inu, it may present, not financial advice, it may present such an opportunity. Now, if you don't know, first time here, my name is Ryan, No Autopilot YouTube channel. I put out a community post every single day asking you what tokens we should do a deep dive on. Floki Inu won in this poll from 3 days ago. So here we are. We're doing a deep dive into it. In addition, I have to shout out my Patreon. We do have a handful of Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much. It allows me to make this content without being a shill, without having to jeopardize, my integrity, and I really do appreciate that. If you want to join the Patreon, there is a link down in the description. Feel free to come by. Get exclusive access to my portfolio and moves, as well as voting power on what tokens we cover next. Now, I touched on this, but this is not financial advice, just some guy on the internet who loves crypto. And so I'm here to talk about it with you, and hopefully collaboratively, together, we can come to some sort of a diamond in the rough type opportunity, and hopefully both do well. So I mentioned this in the intro, but the contract address for Floki Inu has been updated, both for ETH and BSC. Again, as a recap, there was a bug in the original contract that allowed the token supply to be inflated. There were whales that were dumping on people, and in essence, the team behind Floki Inu realized that in December and migrated to this new contract address and blacklisted those whales. Now, one thing that jumped to my mind, and we'll cover this later in the video too, depending on how many assets those whales had, if they've migrated to a new contract, and now those tokens that those whales had are blacklisted, wouldn't that diminish the total supply of Floki Inu? And if that's the case, what would that potentially do to the price? So wild speculation here, but I'd be curious to see what happens with that. Floki Inu, high level. Okay, they talk about 3 key pillars. Valhalla, which is the play-to-earn NFT metaverse game. The Floki Place, which is NFT and merch store. The Floki, I keep saying Floki. The Floki University, which is a crypto education platform. And then, of course, launching DeFi protocols. Through the power of memes. Why not? Through the power of memes, right? We all remember back when Elon Musk tweeted that he had a new dog, Shiba Inu, and he named it Floki. This thing popped up out of nowhere, and of course, it just turned into a multi-million-dollar project. So, there is some validity in the power of memes, because for someone to sit down and watch, let's say, this video, right, 25-minute video on Floki Inu, decide if they want to invest or not, probably not everybody is going to want to do that or have the interest. But if you can catch them with a cool meme, and now they're interested, now they start reading and they kind of get into the protocol from there, it's just a shortcut to getting folks into the cryptocurrency space. So what else do we have? Okay, so I have to give this disclaimer, okay? Anytime we cover these type of tokens, meme coins, community coins, it's exactly like this, okay? I'm not sure if I'm investing in revolutionary technology or I'm just gambling. But if you go into it kind of assuming a little bit of both, then you won't be let down, right? If your investment goes to zero, you won't be let down. Now for Floki Inu, they talked about how they're trying to go ahead and attack one of the big problems in cryptocurrency, which is the integration of brand new users. So I pulled up this article, this is from Forbes, and they have it as their number 3 issue. The complexity means end users find it hard to appreciate the benefits that cryptocurrency provides. And so that's the power that meme coins have, is that they're able to go ahead and drive users into their protocol. So, what else we got here? You know, of course, I went ahead and I looked at their founders. And it does seem like some of these individuals, not all, some of these individuals are doxxed. And if you go ahead and you click on these links, it goes directly to their Twitter pages, which I do love to see. We go ahead and we pull up their social media. So Floki Inu does tweet very regularly. They have 284,000 members. I went ahead and I pulled up their Medium page, which curiously says is under investigation or is found in violation of Medium rules and is taken down. I jumped into the Telegram and asked their team kind of what was happening there, and they're aware of it and they're working through it. I don't know why, but take that for what you will. In addition, we hopped over into their Reddit, see that they have 5,000 members with 51 of them online. Now we pull them up in Lunar Crush. So Lunar Crush is a tool that looks at social sentiment around cryptocurrencies. And one thing that is peaking right here is the social engagement, shared links. And this is all likely tied to the fact that Floki Inu went through that migration. A lot of people are concerned, confused, calling rug, calling scam. I mean, just all those different things, so they don't understand what's happening. And so there is some virality going on right now with Floki Inu. And hopefully that helps this video out a little bit for all you Floki Inu holders or potential holders. So, when we look at who they are targeting, I think they're chasing that Shiba Inu type group, right? And we're talking about meme coins that also have utility like DeFi. And of course, the Holy Grail, right? They're chasing the DogeCoin that really blazed the trail for what a meme coin could be. Now, if we go ahead and we pull up the chart, all time, we see this sucker was launched back in July. It had a wild run up, and then, of course, a consequent crash back down to earth. And so the question is, do you think it can get back up to there? Now we go ahead, we pull up the holders' wallets. So over the last 3 months, this kind of shows you the trajectory of new wallets, so new folks who are buying and holding the token. And you can see that it is steadily increasing right now around 55,000. It'll be interesting to look at the new address once folks begin to get those updated Floki Inu tokens airdrop to them, to kind of see if this kind of quasi-negative publicity ended up adding into some of their marketing and pumping that token up, that coin up. Crypto Marcoco, awesome. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday, brother. Welcome back. All right, so let's talk about some of the tokenomics. So there's 10,000 million, billion, trillion, 7 trillion tokens in circulation right now, which is a fair bit. It's a fair bit. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, since they are going to be blacklisting some of those whales, and those tokens in essence are going to be locked in those wallets forever, and they can't access them, they can't attain those, I wonder what that diminishing supply may do to the overall market cap. If someone is better at tokenomics than I am, if you can let me know in the comment section what you think that'll happen, or what you think that would mean, I'll go ahead, I'll give it a shout out in the video and maybe help educate some folks who are watching this. So what do we have here? Built on the Ethereum blockchain, it does have a bridge to Binance Smart Chain. They do have a 3% tax on every buy and sell, and that tax goes into the Floki treasury, which if you guys follow my other videos, you know that's going to nonprofits, it's going to support the project, pay for partnerships, all that good stuff that these type of tokens need to go ahead and flourish. Now, this is a new addition to these no autopilot breakdowns, but I did kind of pull up this calculator and played a little game of what if. Okay, what if Floki Inu took off? So, if you would invest $1,000 at its current initial price and it hit its all-time high, you would net yourself about $6,000. $6,000, which isn't too shabby. So then my brain was like, okay, well, what if Floki Inu was ever able to chase down Doge? What would happen then? So if you put in $1,000 at the current price and it hit Doge's price of 16 cents, you're sitting on $3.5 million. Now, the likelihood of this happening is probably excruciatingly slim. But if you like to gamble, if you got some money laying around and you don't care if you lose it all, this could be a meme coin play. Hold the sucker for 5 years, and who knows? 5 years from now, you have 6 Lambos. You send one to me saying thank you for this video, and everybody's happy. It's totally possible. So what else we got? Yes. Okay, so this is a big development on the roadmap. This is bigger than I think most people in the community realize. So Floki is moving towards a partnership with Chainlink. And this will actually allow them to go ahead and empower their DeFi applications. So being able to stake their tokens, be able to access some of the off-chain data. So this is a huge, huge development. Interested to see where that goes. Now on their partnership site, they also mention a partnerships with Wintermute, which I may be pronouncing incorrectly. But this is a market maker. And what's interesting about market makers is that they are absolutely critical to these types of projects if they want to go ahead and launch on a tier 1 type exchange, because they need someone kind of managing the whole liquidity game, make sure there's enough funds there to be traded, but not so much that it can be easily manipulated and dumped. And so having Wintermute in place, if I were Binance or I were Coinbase, would be a very promising sign. In fact, I even read through this entire article from Hacker Noon talking about how every ICO needs a market maker in place to go ahead and manage that liquidity for them. So I think if they put that in their pocket to go ahead and try and aim to list on some additional exchanges, I think that'd be very well received. In addition to that, they go ahead and they mentioned a few other partnerships that they have in place. One of them being CryptoCart, which is a payment processor. So that'll allow you to go ahead and use your Floki Inu tokens to pay for things at stores and shops and online. They also went ahead and partnered with a bunch of football clubs, which is super cool to see. I mean, these are legitimate operations. They probably don't know a great deal about Floki Inu, But the fact that they're willing to partner and look at participating and taking it as a form of payment for tickets or games has to be a promising sign. Of course, they have a CertiK audit, because what meme coin would exist without a CertiK audit? And of course, it has 2 major issues, 3 minor issues, and 8 informational. We've covered this ad nauseum, but these CertiK audits really don't mean a great deal. You pay for it as a project, a protocol. They review what your code base is all about, some of the issues, challenges, report it back to you, and you make changes or not. But in the long term, it really doesn't mean a great deal. Now, when we look at markets, Floki Inu is on a handful of exchanges, but you're not seeing Binance and you're not seeing Coinbase. In addition, you're not seeing KuCoin. There's a few other ones that are missing here too. So that leads us to the DAO. So I read a bunch of articles on Floki Inu, and one of the challenges that they mentioned is that when they go to some of these tier 1 exchanges and have the money to pay to be listed, right, $1.5 million to be listed on crypto.com, they have that money in place. Some of the big issues that those exchanges have is that they say that the Floki token is too centralized. It is too centralized to be listed on their exchange. And so what a DAO will end up doing, it will continue to empower the decentralized nature of Floki Inu, move away from some of those mega whales, in conjunction with them blacklisting some of those whales that were supposedly abusing the protocol and cashing out on people. So this is a major, major deal. This is a major, major deal. So wrapping it all up here, Floki Inu, see if I got anything else that I missed. All right. So roadmap. So I think as they go ahead and they migrate to that DAO structure, that'll put them in a place to be listed on better tier 1 type exchanges. Everybody's saying that they're making a metaverse, play to earn, NFT game, and marketplace. So it'll be interesting to see if any of that comes to fruition. If it does, that gives the community of thousands and thousands of members to have something to go out there and chill and pump about. I think pros, when you're looking at Floki Inu, again, you're going into it knowing you can lose everything, right? If you're going into it with that mentality and you only invest what you're willing to lose, I think you're in the middle of a chaotic moment in Floki Inu where the price is depressed because people are overreacting and confused, and it could present a buying opportunity, not financial advice. Now, the cons being you're buying a meme coin. So not only are you buying a meme coin, you're buying kind of a middle of the pack meme coin while having a staring eye contest with the extreme market volatility that's out there right now. So you have balls of steel, pretty much, if you're going into this thing. And then again, this sucker could go to zero, and then you're just sad. But for Floki Inu, I personally am not buying it. I am not buying it. I have my fill of meme coins in my wallet right now that I'm like checking every day to see how they're doing. But I don't think Floki Inu is a terrible call if you want to get in and you believe in the project. So, that's it. That's the Floki Inu review. How about that?